Hello, I am here. It's the president again with another progress report. Um, we've kind of gone off the rails a little bit, tried some new things. Um, so now we have some new systems that will be going into place starting in March, which is pretty good. Um, I'll talk about the systems in a bit, but first I should probably mention we've abandoned the Wyoming project. Um, there wasn't much more that could come out of it. We decided it just wasn't worth doing. So, normal Wyoming. Next, some of the new systems. Um, right now, the government has three branches and only one president. And those three branches cancel each other out, of course, but eh, I want everything canceled out. So we're instead of three branches, we're gonna have three presidents, and they're gonna be well, there's gonna be a rock type president, a paper type president, and a scissor type president. Um, and all presidents can create bills, um, but the president that can cancel out their type can veto that bill with no repercussions. So, like, let's say the paper president wanted to pass a bill on like education or something, and the scissors president vetoed that. That would work. But if the rock president tried to veto that paper bill, he would die. Um, so that's pretty cool. Now you might be saying, all the presidents will be dead within a month. Um, that's true. So we will have a fourth president, um, called the shoot president, who can veto their veto if he wants to, and that will be me. I will be the shoot president, um, and that'll be pretty cool actually, because I'll have all the power and no one. I'll still be the president technically, which is pretty good. Um, so you might be thinking nothing's ever gonna happen, and that's the point. Uh, that's the point. We're gonna make a few changes to the Constitution. We want the country to be in a permanent state of like stasis. So it's pretty important that we make use of every tool we can to freeze everything as much as possible. Obviously, changing all the buildings to Wendy's and houses um, will aid in that because there's not going to be much economic stimulation. Um, but we're not sure. We haven't run the numbers for it yet, so we don't know how much money we'll actually be losing in the process. But it can't be that bad, right? Like Wendy's makes a lot of money. They're gonna make a lot more money, and all that money is going to us. So yeah, it should be fine. Also, taxes are gonna work a bit differently. Um, if you don't pay the taxes, you die. Just like the president type triangle. We're gonna make a taxes type triangle. Depending on your occupation, you're gonna be a different type of citizen. Um, so that will be good. Um, we don't know how that works at all. We just thought it was funny. So yeah, type. We're gonna have a lot of type triangles. Might even have like a type system, like Pokemon. Um, so you might be wondering, what's the point of having three different governmental branches if you're gonna have three different presidents and they're gonna accompany those roles, right? Um, well, the presidents aren't parts of those branches. They're parts of the executive branch still, right? Because they're presidents. So they can also veto the bills. And if they veto the bills, they all die too. I will personally kill them. So, just a thing to keep in mind. Um, we're gonna have a lot of dead congressmen, a lot of dead senators, just a lot of dead people in government positions, and it's gonna be good for us because then we can appoint new people who do nothing. Um, that'll really be a big change. Eh, not much changes. Okay, new system. They're not dead. We clone them, and then there's two of them. We use Wyoming to clone the senator who vetoes a bill, um, and then there's two of them, and then they have to. Then one, the clone can veto the other one, and then the other one dies. So we still have one of them in position, but we still get the dead ones too, which will be really good because nothing actually happens, but something is happening. That's super. That's super. That's really good, right? Two people, and then there's one. That'll be great. Actually, yeah, we're gonna do that. That sounds sick. Um, so yeah, that'll be a thing. Um, I think another thing worth noting is that a lot of buildings are going to be destroyed, right? The Empire State Building is not Wendy's or a house. Therefore, it will become one of those. Maybe we can make it into like an apartment building or something. Yeah, that could be good. We don't know yet. We might have to hire a lot of city planners. Um, it'll be good overall. Um, so I think an important thing to keep in mind with all of this is that it does not have to be permanent. If you don't like what's being changed, citizens can veto too now. That's a new thing. Citizens can veto too now. If they veto, they die. Just like bees, if they sting, they die. Um, uh, and just if you treat it like a one-use item in a video game, um, you can do your one thing, and then you're out. We won't clone you because you're not in government position, so we don't actually care. Um, so that might be good. I mean, I think it makes us money in the long run when people are dying left and right like that. Um, so I think it's a good move financially. It's not even that big of a change, anyways. So we can go ahead and do that, implement those systems. I also like the idea of having your job have like a thing that you can only do once that's like really good and then you're out, right? It doesn't even have to be something that you can actually do. It can be something that the systems can do under your name. Um, like maybe if you're like an engineer, um, you can use your one thing and have a team build like a cool thing for you and then you die. Like that's not a bad idea, right? So that's cool. Um, Also, there's some room for ambiguity here with unemployed people. We'll probably have a one year one use thing on like a paper, on some paperwork, and you can fill out what your one use is. It can be whatever you want as long as it's not gonna destroy the world, obviously. Like if your one use thing is to launch 100 nukes at one country, it's gonna be rejected. We'll have a board of people in place for that. I think it's important that we maintain some. It can't be anarchy. Make it like I want to build like a 20-foot tall snowman or something. Don't make it I want to kill this person. We will reject those, and if your thing is rejected, you will die. Um, so really, we're turning the country into a giant beehive. It'll be pretty good. Though I don't think beehives have Wendy's. Um, I don't think beehives have Wendy's. No, beehives don't have Wendy's. Um, so that we'll be in a good position. Bees are super efficient. Obviously, they're dying very fast, but so are we. Um, we can just have other countries help us out or something. Maybe like the UK can like give us people once we're running low on them. That could be good. Like you know how like wolves are bred in captivity and then they're released into the wild. Um, to help with overpopulation of other animals, things like that. We can do stuff like that, but with people here. Um, and you may be thinking, America will no longer be a third world country, right? You're right. It will be like an infinity world country. It will be the best of all time with this kind of government, because there's no word to describe this new type of government, right? Like there's types of governments. There's like monarchies. There's republics. There's all these types, right? What is this one? If you read a civics textbook, you're not gonna find fucking beehive in your list of government types. So we'll be making a lot of headlines. It's a legendary change to be remembered. I think it's I think it's a pretty good thing overall. Um, so we're gonna need to be deciding on a lot of like occupational one uses. I guess I'll call them that. Maybe like special moves or something. I like special moves. So we'll be deciding on like a set special move for every occupation, and then for occupations that don't exist, like if you make candles, that's not a job. You gotta stop doing that. You're not making if you're making quizzes on websites, that is not a job. You have to stop doing that. You can't have a special move that's like I will make the greatest quiz of all time. That's not how it works. You will die. You don't have a special move. And so we'll treat it like you use your special move already and you will die. So stop making quizzes on websites, stop making candles. It's just if you're mm, there's some jobs where it might be hard to figure out your one thing. Like if you race cars, it's what can we do, right? What can you do? You can't have a special move that makes you better at driving because you can't get better at driving like that. So I think with jobs like that, like sport positions might be hard. Esports, that's different. Your special move can be like hacking, where you just have aimbot for a series or something. That would be pretty good actually. That's like that one tweet where you can give Olympians steroids and see how far humanity can go. It's the same thing. Honestly, that sounds really cool. So for esports people, you will not die if you use your one more time. You can just hack now. That's a presidential order because I want to see that. And for fighting games like Smash Brothers and stuff, maybe you can like disconnect the other player's controller. And if they object to it, they die, like the veto system. We'll have a lot of those laws in place. It'll be pretty good. It'll be pretty efficient. Obviously, there's a lot of paperwork to be done now, but that's fine. It'll be worth it. Bureaucracy requires a lot of paperwork, so we'll make a lot of paperwork. Um, so yeah, that's all I have to report. Until next time.